What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, man. So first and foremost, I'd like to say I hope all of y'all are vibrating at a high frequency, not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive energy. And as you can see by the title, right now is the time to be still. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting no money, I'm gonna get right to it. I ain't gonna make this video too long because I'm about to get into something right now, right? So right now is the time to be still, bro, because we're in the spiritual warfare, right? If you're not doing something like to get no money, not necessarily saying if you're not getting no money, but if you're not going to like do something that's, how can I say this shit, bro? It's just, now is the time to be still, man. Now is the time to be still. Don't be just driving around, just making useless trips, having useless interactions with people, because we're in a spiritual warfare. And it's a lot of energy harvesting going on outside in public. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not getting no money, because I'm saying money because you can exchange your energy for money. So if you go out and you're dealing with the bullshit, make it worth it, is what I'm trying to say. Make it worth it. Because when you go outside into this world, it's nothing but negative energy right now. We are undergoing a shift right now, an energetic shift, and it's a divide. Negative energy and positive energy, low vibrational energy and high vibrational energy. People that are conscious of what's going on and people that are asleep that are on autopilot. You see? So when you go out into this world, right? And it's not just the inorganic beings, man. I know I tell y'all all the time, protect your energy from the inorganic beings, the beings without the neuromelanin. But it's even your own people. It's a great divide. You see? It's been a great divide. And people are not conscious of this shit because they're in it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in it. So I'm telling y'all, if you're not going out to get no money, or doing something that you have to do, like going to work or doing something that you have to do, just be still. Be still, because people are not paying attention to nothing. Nobody's paying attention to anything right now. So right now is the time to be still. You see? If you're not getting no money from going out your house, if you're not getting no money outside, you shouldn't be outside. People are not conscious of this shit. It's a whole spiritual warfare, energetic shift. We're in the middle of this shit right now, and people can't see it because they're in it. For example, I'm trying to think of an example, right? For example, you will see like regular civilians, right, will see gangbanging and be like, that's fucked up, right? These are homies killing each other, doing like snake shit. That's fucked up. And the gang can possibly see it or not see it. They possibly can't see it because they're in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be working a job, or you may be sitting in fucking traffic, and you just don't see nothing wrong with that shit because you're just sitting in traffic. But a motherfucker that's not in the traffic will see that shit and be like, what the fuck? Because they're not in it, so they can see how it really is compared to somebody that's in it. Because when you're in some shit, when you're in this matrix, when you're just driving to work every day and it's just 2 hours of traffic, and everywhere you go is just negative energy, and you're participating in the negative energy too, you're not conscious of this shit. You think that this is how life is, or how this is, or how life is supposed to be. But once you start seeing this shit, once you start becoming conscious of this shit, once you start becoming conscious of this shit, bro, you can't unsee this shit. And I ain't gonna lose my train of thought with this video. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying though, right? The point I'm trying to get across with what I'm saying right now is, it's easier to see shit when you're not in it, when you're not participating in the shit. You see what I'm saying? So when you're going outside, you have to know this shit. They're harvesting your energy. Every time you step outside and you're in public around strangers, people, bodies, vessels that are just trying to go to work and get some money to pay their bills and repeat the cycle, they're not questioning shit. Be careful around these people, even your own fucking species. Because motherfuckers are walking around this bitch not paying attention to shit. And that's how the government's able to get away with so much bullshit. Because nobody's paying attention to nothing, bro. Nobody's paying attention to nothing. So if you don't need to be outside, don't be outside, bro. Because just trying to get from point A to point B, if you stay on 51st Street and you're trying to get to 52nd Street or 53rd Street, it's going to be a mission. Because it's motherfuckers outside just confused. It's a lot of energy harvesting going on. It's reptilians out here. It's shapeshifters out here. It's synthetic robots out here. You have the inorganic species that's on a different frequency, you see? Besides that, you have your own species that's being hit with all of these attacks on a daily basis. So, besides the fact that you have the inorganic beings that are vibrating low, they're already vibrating low without the poison in the food. They're already vibrating low without the witchcraft. So, adding the poison to the poison in the food and the witchcraft, all the shit, all the attacks that I tell y'all. If you're a Caucasian, Asian, Mexican, Arab, etc., and you banged out and you ratchet and all this shit, you're catching straight bullets. Because all that shit, the gang banging shit, the gang violence, all that shit, the killing and all that shit, the food, the drugs, all that shit's aimed at black people because we're on a different frequency. We have different genetics. All that shit's aimed at us. So if you're Asian, Caucasian, whatever, anybody that's not black, black or Latino, right? If you're anybody that's not black or Latino and you're doing the bullshit, if you're anybody that's not black, because Latinos and Mexicans are mixed in. So if you're anybody that's not black and you're participating in the bullshit, just know you're catching straight bullets. Because all the attacks are aimed at black people. All the attacks are aimed at us. And we're not black, we're neuromelanated because this jacket I have on is black. You see? We're neuromelanated, carbonated, 93 beings. That's why our hair is nappy, it's coiled. It's coiled. It's coiled. And if we shave our fucking head, we have a motherfucking fingerprint out the scalp of our fucking shit, just like the universe, because we're 93 beings, you see? So when you're going and this message is for my 93 beings, of course, but this message is for anybody though. Even the human beings can benefit from this. When you're going out and about, if you're not getting no money, be still. Don't even fucking go out and about, because there's a lot of negative energy outside, and it's a lot of reptilians, and it's a lot of shapeshifters outside that live amongst us that feed off of the negative energy. And if you're trying to go outside, you're trying to vibrate high and be positive, they're going to lower your vibration. What is vibration? Your vibe. You're going to have that happy vibe, that good vibe. You're going outside. You're going to go outside in public, and they're going to lower your vibration because everybody outside is vibrating low. Why are they vibrating low? The food, the music. Nobody's paying attention to shit. Everybody is just on autopilot. I got to go to work and pay these bills. I got to go to work and pay these bills. Before they can pay one bill good, another bill pops up and they're not questioning this shit. So that's causing a lot of low vibrational energy that these beings can feed off. These aliens that live amongst us can feed off of. So I'm telling y'all, if you're not going outside to get no money, and I'm saying money because you can buy whatever the fuck you want with money. So if somebody's trying to get your energy, make it worth it. Because you have to know this shit. You have to know this shit. Once you go outside and try to be in a good mood and do shit, and people are not conscious of this shit because they're putting out the negative energy too. So they're putting out the if I'm smelling like some shit, if I'm musty as fuck, and I'm in a room when everybody is musty as fuck, I'm not even gonna know I'm musty because I'm in this room and everybody is fucking musty. Everybody's musty. We all stinking in this bitch. So I don't even know I stink. I don't even know I stink because everybody else fucking stinks until somebody walks in that's not musty and they're like, nigga, what the fuck are y'all doing in here? Why does it smell like that? What y'all got going on? Why does it smell like that in this room? What's going on? They can smell this shit because they're not in this shit, you see? For instance, the motherfuckers that are vibrating low on a daily basis, that are trying to pay their bills and do all this shit, sitting in traffic all day, not all day, but sitting in traffic for 2 hours and an hour before they go to work. The people that are doing this shit, that are putting out the negative energy because they're listening to the music, they're eating the poison, they don't know that they're not conscious of energy. They're not conscious of this shit because they're in it. Until they goddamn step out of this shit, step out of the motherfucking matrix, and then they look at the fucking matrix and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? That's what's going on outside? That's what I was participating? Yes. That's what you're participating in on a daily basis, and you're not conscious of this shit because you're in it. You're in it. You're in it. Just like if I stink and I go around a bunch of motherfuckers that's musty, I'm not gonna know I stink because everybody fucking stinks. If you're vibrating low and you're in an environment where everybody is fucking vibrating low, and you're not even tapped into, no, you're spiritually dead. You're spiritually dead. You're not tapped into no type of spiritual, none of that shit. Vibration, you don't even know what that shit means. That's some old hippie ass shit. A motherfucker tell you vibrating low, this environment is vibrating low. That's some old hippie ass shit to you. You're not conscious of this shit. If you're in an environment where everybody's fucking vibrating low, you're not gonna, and you're vibrating low too, you're not gonna know these motherfuckers are vibrating low because you're vibrating low with them. You see? Until you start, and it's not your fault, but same time, it's like a motherfucker has to start using their fucking brain and start questioning shit. Because I'm saying it's not your fault, because I'm conscious that these environments are set up strategically to have the vibration low, to have motherfuckers vibrating low. With the food, I used to work at McDonald's. I don't know how the fucking shit works, but I'm sure they have a motherfucking shipment go to each McDonald's. They have the shit, because you have to sign off for the shit. When you getting this shit, you loading this shit up, you have to sign off for the shit. The manager has to sign off on the order. So I'm pretty sure they can put certain shit. If you go to a McDonald's in a fucking ghetto, they may have some shit in the burgers or the food that they're not gonna have in the suburbs. So that ghetto, because your mental health is connected directly to what you eat. The food you eat is connected directly to your mental health. So if you're eating a bunch of shit that's gonna have you vibrating low, because you're just trying to get some fast food, because you gotta go to work, you gotta take your kids to school, you're just giving them some fast food. So you eating this shit, it's fucking with your mental health. And you're not even conscious of this shit. And you eating this shit and it's fucking with your mental health, right? Because it's by design to have you in this environment vibrating low. You go to a certain area, you have your radio on 99.1 KGGI, right? You in LA, they playing a bunch of bullshit, bunch of low vibrational music on the fucking radio. You have that same radio station on 99.1 KGGI, right? You drive to fucking Riverside, to the Inland Empire. Now they're playing alternative rock on the fucking radio. Why? Because it's a different environment. They want to keep this environment on a different frequency. You see? Because in the Inland Empire, it's mostly going to be white people. You see? And like I tell y'all, black people have energy off our auras, so they can harvest our energy. So when black people are vibrating low and they're not conscious of this shit, they're just vibrating low, giving off all this negative energy, they have negative energy coming off their aura. And if it's a fucking shapeshifter just in a car in front of you, just sitting there acting like it's a Pisces that's just driving slow, they could be feeding off your negative energy because they could be on a higher dimension than you. You see? And it's aliens that live amongst us. So it could be a fucking alien in front of you just harvesting your energy, just getting your energy. You know what I'm saying? Just getting your low vibrational energy. I don't know. But these motherfuckers can't just be, motherfucker can't be that dumb, bro. They're harvesting your energy. Our energy. The organic beings of this planet, man. So I ain't gonna make this video, so I'm making this video to tell y'all, when you go out and about, man, don't even go out and about, bro. If you can, just post in the crib. Get your money, go back, because we're in a spiritual warfare right now. We're in a spiritual warfare right now. And people not conscious of this shit, like I told y'all, because they're in it. They're in it. I ain't gonna make this video too long, man. I hope all y'all vibrate at our frequency. It's just we're undergoing the shift right now, man. And people are not aware of this shit. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's paying attention because they have this shit set up like that by design to have everybody distracted so they can do all this bullshit. Bro. If everybody's distracted and nobody's paying attention, it's easier for them to put agendas in front of your kids. It's easier for them to poison your food. It's easier for them to raise the prices of shit and keep the wages the same, or even raise the prices of shit and cancel the job opportunities. So now you're giving off a lot of negative energy. You see? And if you're a being that feeds off of negative energy emotions, you're going to have society set up to be as low vibrational as possible so you can continue to eat. Because we eat food in these vessels. So that's why we go to work, to eat. So we can have money to buy shit. So these beings are doing the same shit. They feed off of our energy. Not our positive energy, our negative energy. That's why it's traffic every fucking day. That's why shit costs money. That's why you have to work for the money. That's why you have to drive to work to get the money. That's why you have to do all this shit. And everything that you're doing is causing low vibrational energy. Even when you're having a good time and partying and doing all that shit, you're vibrating low. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in a good mood and all that shit, because that's how it's set up. If they're playing some low vibrational music and you vibing to that shit, you just vibrating low. That's all it is. If I'm having a good time while I'm shooting at a motherfucker, that doesn't change the fact that I'm vibrating low. I'm just happy while I'm doing some low vibrational shit. That's all it is. I'm just happy while I'm doing this low vibrational. It doesn't change the fact that I'm vibrating low. I'm still vibrating low. I'm just happy about me because I'm vibrating, so I'm happy about this shit. So motherfuckers is vibrating low in society and they don't even see nothing wrong with this shit. They're not conscious of vibrations. They're not conscious of none of this shit. This shit sounds like some hippie shit, some conspiracy theory shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make this video too long, man. I'm just making this video. So I'm pretty sure y'all see this shit. When you go outside, there's just so much negative energy. It's gonna drain your energy, bro. It's gonna drain your energy. So I'm just